Good morning. I've been a member of this church for a few years now, and I'll be I'll be your celebrant this morning. I've been a member of this church for a few years now, and I am honored to serve as a member of the shared worship team. I'd like to extend a special welcome to all those who are joining us for the first time. We are very glad that you are here. If you haven't already stopped in, please visit the welcome desk in the foyer and pick up a name tag and a newcomer's packet. Our welcoming committee members have yellow name tags and can point you to any additional information. If you're joining us online, we'd ask you to fill out the newcomer form on the website so that we can be in touch to answer any questions that you might have. Meanwhile, our usual practice is to gather in community for coffee and conversation after the service, either downstairs in our fellowship hall or in our Zoom room. We want everyone.
Can you take it up here? Yes.
Really?
And
okay.
Then he can adjust it.
Okay. Meanwhile, our usual practice is to gather in community for coffee and conversation after the service, either downstairs or in our fellowship hall or in our Zoom room. And we want everyone to feel supported and at home here. So let's begin in that spirit by saying our words of welcome together. Whether this is your first or your 1000th Sunday with us, and whether you strolled, rolled, zoomed, ran, or danced in, we are glad you chose to join us. We are one people of many beliefs, identities, origins, sexualities, and genders. All are welcome here. Now we take a moment to say hello across the technical divide. First, we're going to show the people joining us on Zoom. If you're at home, please turn on your camera. Now, people at home, wave. Now, people who are attending the service in our building, it's our turn to wave. We do have a couple of announcements this morning. Mary Jo Hamilton, I believe she has a check to present from our month of Sundays.
This is new to me. So I'm here, as she says, on behalf of the Month of Sundays Committee. We have a check to give out to our recipients. Goodness. And it's real apropos because we are getting ready to set up for Family Promise. We will be hosting them this next week. And we have a check for Family Promise, and we have Autumn Schaefer, the director, here to accept the check. Thank you so much for coming. And let's see, we have $3,308.14 for Family Promise. And I hope you can see it.
Thank you so much. This is a huge blessing for our organization, as is your participation in hosting our families. We couldn't do what we do without groups such as yours. We've served 140 families in the last 12 years, and that's outstanding and amazing and wonderful. So thank you so much. This will go directly into helping us secure our new site location. So thank you so much.
Do we have any news on that?
We should by next Friday. So we are fully operational. Everything is moving forward. We just don't have a new address yet until next week. So.
The Social Justice Committee will be meeting after church as well, up on the balcony. So if you're interested in joining the folks there, please do. And as Autumn and Mary Jo said, we are hosting Family Promise this week, and we have 4 families, so we will be full for the week. So we appreciate everyone who puts in their time to help out with, to support that. Here end the announcements. We preface our service by acknowledging our church was built on the ancestral homelands of the Nimipu, called the Nez Perce by the Nez French-speaking tribes, the Palouse, and the Shishoops, called the Coeur d'Alene. Let us pause and remember that we live on ground that is sacred, ground that was unfairly taken, ground that cries out for justice and for reverent care. May our remembering help us find the courage to do our part to restore wholeness to the earth and all her peoples. We are hoping that folks joining us via Zoom have a chalice or a candle to light and something to light it with. Let's light our chalices together. In the light of truth and the warmth of love, we gather to seek and seek to share.
Please be seated. Good morning. I am the Reverend Dr. Elizabeth Stevens, and I am lucky enough that I get to serve this congregation as its minister. I think it's kind of cool, the robot microphone. Okay. So, as life, and particularly the news out of both Washington, D.C. and Boise, becomes increasingly stressful and anxiety-producing, we here at the UU Church are continuing to focus on practices that help us regulate our nervous system. My favorite cartoon comes from The New Yorker, and it shows a woman saying to a friend, "My desire to be well-informed is currently at odds with my desire to remain sane." The idea is that the practices we're learning together will help us manage that tension a little bit better. Here's my standard disclaimer. Not every practice is going to work for every person. Some of them may feel a little strange or uncomfortable for some of us, but it's only 20 minutes. We're hearing that all of the things we've introduced so far have helped at least some people, so we're going to keep on going. Today's practice is sound therapy or sound healing. We're lucky enough to have Jessica Swan here with us to lead us on a sound journey. Jessica is a sound practitioner, a certified hypnotherapist, and an educator who teaches spiritual gifts development through a science-based and witchy perspective, blending neuroscience, energy work, and shadow healing integration. Her sound journeys go beyond traditional sound baths, incorporating trance techniques, hypnotherapy, and Jungian archetypal concepts to shift brainwave states to guide participants. Using Tibetan singing bowls and gongs and handpans and drums and other instruments along with her voice, she creates immersive experiences that support nervous system regulation and shadow work integration. Jessica has lived on the Palouse for 17 years. She's a parent of 4, and she's assisted today by her partner, Dustin Seitz. And if you do enjoy the sound journey, know that there's a flyer with a QR code so that you can sign up for future sound journeys. Typically, they go a lot longer than 20 minutes. So you can go deeper if you so choose. Now, I would venture a guess that many, if not all of us, have a favorite musical piece or a playlist that helps us feel better when we listen to it. Is that a fair statement? We also have experience with the way our Tibetan singing bowl helps us settle down. Studies show that sound has the power to relieve pain, to decrease stress, and to help us feel calm, relaxed, and focused. It can support us in releasing challenging emotions and reclaiming a more positive outlook. So, as for me, I think I need all the help I can get with releasing challenging emotions these days. So let's dive in and see if anything resonates. Let's start by singing together, a practice which, among other things, has been shown to improve mood, help with sleep, and strengthen the immune system. Please rise in body or spirit. This is a two-part hymn, so I'm going to call Angus forward to help us. You get to choose the high part or the low part, and don't worry about it, it's fun. You'll get it.
Now let's, am I looking at the right spot here? Now let's take a moment to engage in the practice of generosity together. For those of you able to make a financial contribution, the logistics are on your screen. We typically give away all of our cash from Sunday offering to local charities whose missions align with our values, a program called the Month of Sundays. This month, the recipient is Backyard Harvest, whose mission is to connect low-income families, seniors, and individuals with fresh local produce. Backyard Harvest relies on volunteers who share their backyard bounty and extra fruit to help make sure that everyone in our community has healthy food to eat. For the past few years, Backyard Harvest has provided fresh local fruit for the Weekend Food for Kids program to distribute to school kids during the summer when the food support is not available through the schools. We look forward to working with them again soon. To donate, please indicate Month of Sundays on your check from the online drop-down, on your check or from the online drop-down menu. In the spirit of love and for the continuing work of this church, we now take some time to practice generosity together.
Thank you. So I know for me, when I'm trying something new, especially if it's a little woo-woo, Sorry. It helps me to understand the science. So I did some research this week that I thought I would go ahead and share with you. Now, when it comes to the power of sound to heal our frazzled brains and nervous systems, the science on the why it works, is still actually a little sketchy. They're not sure. But the science on what happens is very clear and consistent. In other words, we don't know exactly what sound does to our brains and nervous systems, but the benefits are well established. For example, a 2022 clinical study reported in National Geographic found that participants exposed to singing bowl sounds during a sound bath reported substantial reductions in depression and tension, as well as an enhanced feeling of well-being. Scientists have observed and measured the ways that certain sound frequencies entrain our brainwave patterns, guiding us into deeper meditation and relaxation. Sound therapy has also been demonstrated to release neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin, which are associated with our feelings of pleasure and well-being. Now, listening to soothing sounds during meditation turns out to be especially helpful. In a clinical study comparing the effects of a 30-minute silent meditation to those of a 30-minute sound meditation, sound meditators reported significantly less stress, tiredness, and negativity than those who meditated in silence. So there's a reason that meditation apps like Insight Timer now offer sound meditations as well as the spoken guided meditations. Psychology Today reports that a review of 400 published scientific articles on music as medicine found strong evidence that music has mental and physical health benefits in improving mood and reducing stress. In fact, rhythm, in particular, over melody, has been shown to provide physical pain relief. Has this church ever done drum circles? Yeah, we might want to try that. Anyway. Another article on the benefits of binaural beats, did I say that right? Binaural? Also in Psychology Today, lifts up studies that show that listening to binaural beats improves sleep and focus and decreases anxiety. So what you might ask are binaural beats, or at least I asked. This is from the article. Binaural beats are what happens when two equally loud sounds at just slightly different frequencies or tones are presented at the same time, one sound to each ear. When two tones that are close in frequency are presented simultaneously to you, as happens with binaural beats, the brain waves of a certain frequency, the distance and frequency between the two tones, to be exact, are generated. These waves, being the same frequency as some of the brain waves already happening in your head, can influence how you think and feel. Since certain frequencies of brain waves are associated with certain states of mind and emotions, listening to binaural beats causes our brain to shift towards those states of minds and emotions. The scientific evidence thus far suggests that binaural beats have immediate effects, even if you've never been exposed to them before. How do you know which binaural beats to listen to when? Some frequencies calm you down, others invigorate you and help you focus. So here's a quick summary of 4 brainwave frequencies and their ranges. So delta waves, we can induce delta waves. They occur most prominently when you're in a state of deep sleep. And the frequency of those waves ranges from 1.5 hertz to 4 hertz. Theta waves occur when you're transitioning into or out of a state of rest or meditation. So listening to them may help you either start meditating or fall asleep. Their range is from 5 hertz to 7 hertz. Alpha waves range from 8 hertz to 12 hertz, and they characterize the times when we're both alert and relaxed, such as during meditation or doing a contemplative activity like yoga. And we can also induce beta waves. These are the fastest brain waves. They range from 13 hertz to 40 hertz, and listening to them helps with our cognitive functioning. They're the brain waves that are involved in our executive function. They make us smarter, or at least think more clearly. Now, if National Geographic and Psychology Today aren't credible enough sources for you, I just want to reassure you that I dived into this and read papers published by the National Institute of Health on the impact of music on the bioelectrical oscillations of the brain, binaural beats to entrain the brain, a systemic review of the effects of binaural beat stimulation on brain oscillatory activity, and the effects of singing bowl sound meditation on mood, tension, and well-being. I'm not sure I was smart enough to understand all of these papers entirely, but I will say I am now a believer. It's kind of wild. You know, these animal bodies of ours, they're fascinating, and they're also a little mysterious. We don't know exactly how they work. But it turns out that there is a reason that every single human culture on the planet makes music. Now, I'm a musician and a lover of music, especially live music and dancing. And my personal experience is that my mood, my productivity, and my general well-being is always better if I have Pandora playing in the background, especially when I'm home alone. But I'm really excited to try experimenting with these other forms of sound therapy. How about you? You ready for this? Yes. All right, Jessica and Dustin, take it away.
Research fact, in addition to Reverend Elizabeth's here, that I actually read really recently. In addition to humans, sound has an impact on a lot of things in nature. They did a recent study on the effects of infrasound frequencies on mycelial bodies. I know, being here in North Idaho, a lot of us are mushroom people. We go hunting for morels, all that. And they actually had a sample that was not exposed to these infrasound frequencies and a sample that was regularly exposed to infrasound frequencies. And the sample that was exposed to infrasound frequencies, they actually saw a marked growth in the mycelial networks and how fast the mycelia broke down the vitamins and other shenanigans they had in the soil. So it's not just us. Sound affects a lot of things. So. Yeah, go sing to your mushrooms. Play your plants binaural beats. Buy at least a set of Bluetooth headphones for every plant you have. I'm not advocating for that.
All right, I'm going to show you something really quick since Reverend Elizabeth talked about it so you can hear what a binaural beat sounds like. I have two bowls here that one of their main tones is the same. Like I said to the children, there's about 5 tones in every bowl, but your ear will pick up the 2 that are the same, and it's going to go whoa, 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 whoa. That's what that binaural beat sounds like, so you'll be able to hear it. Could you hear that? Cool. All right. I'm a big proponent of consent. So when I lead these meditations, I think it's really important to let people know ahead of time what we'll be doing so that you won't have any surprises. So in this type of work, like Reverend Elizabeth said, I use a combination of different techniques along with the sound. I won't be incorporating any hypnosis in this particular one because I can't get all of your verbal consent, but we will be using some trance techniques. Because these bowls will bring us into, if you choose to, some of those delta brain waves, some of you, if you choose to close your eyes, may be able to follow along in the imagery within your mind. You're welcome to keep your eyes open if you would like. You're welcome to move your body in any way that feels good. I'm going to walk you through a guided meditation to be able to create or modify, if you already have one, an inner safe space within yourself. You can imagine it in your mind or in your heart, a place where you can go to find sanctuary when the world around you is challenging. So we'll start off with a breathing technique that will help to oxygenate the blood and open up your body. Following that, we'll go into a room within your imagination with white walls, floor, and ceiling, where we'll be relieving and releasing anything that you choose to that's causing you tension or stress. Followed by going to a safe space in nature and an inner building within you to seek inner wisdom and guidance from your wise mind and heart. So if anyone has any questions afterwards, you're always welcome to talk with me, and I hope you enjoy it. So starting off, I would invite you, if you choose to close your eyes, if you haven't already, and notice your body. Your body has many sensations all of the time, but so often we don't pay attention to those sensations. Notice if there's any places within you that are feeling tension or stress, and what the sensation feels like within you. As we do our breathing technique, I'll invite you to allow these things to start to melt within you. So we will do into the count of 4, hold for 7, and out for 8. If that doesn't work for you, you can choose any breathing technique that works best for your situation. Go ahead and breathe out all your air. And breathe into the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. In for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. In for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. In for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And breathe all the way in to the top of your breath where you feel comfortable. And at the ridge of that breath, cresting down like a wave, releasing. Finding a rhythm that feels good to your body in the space. Good. Now, I would like you to imagine a white room where the walls, floor, ceiling, every space is completely white. From this space, we're going to invite in any of our worries, cares, fears, concerns, anything that is causing us pain or anguish. You can use this space to paint, to sculpt, to let it flow from your body in any way that feels right to you. You are in control and in charge of this space. You may notice sensations in your body as you imagine certain things as they go onto the walls, as they slip from your feet, as they're absorbed into this room and into this space. Take a moment in the sound to let your body release. Good. You can spend as much time as you want here, or you can continue journeying on with us. Now I'd like you to imagine a door somewhere in this room. This door can be made of any material that makes you feel happy, creative, or peaceful. Created in whatever way makes you feel good. Notice its details. Imagine touching it. Imagine feeling its temperature. This door will lead you to a place within yourself that only you can open. Only your system has permission to enter. We're going to knock on this door now as we call on our willpower that we feel within ourselves when we feel we have a desire for something. Remembering what it feels like when we want to fight for something that matters to us. Oftentimes you'll feel it in your diaphragm or in your chest, pulling that desire and that willpower forward to opening this door. Letting that willpower grow within you. Behind this door will be a place in nature that you enjoy. It could be somewhere that you've imagined going to, or a place that you have been. And when you feel ready, you can imagine opening that door and walking into this space. I invite you to use all of your senses. What do you notice there? Do you notice any animals in nature? Can you hear the wind rustling through the trees? Can you hear water trickling or rushing? Notice how your body feels as you imagine these sensations around you in nature. Explore this space. See if you can feel the ground beneath you. I invite you to notice a path somewhere in this space. Notice what the path is made out of, and if it has any different sensation as you imagine walking that path. And with each step you take, giving your body permission to relax even deeper. Good. Now as you walk down this path, I invite you to notice a building in the distance. This building could be a cabin, a tree house, a house that brings you comfort in your real waking life. As you approach the door, setting any intentions that you have for yourself this week. Things you'd like to do, things you'd like to feel. Feeling that again with the willpower within you. The desire and the knowledge that all things are available to you in this space. Now, as you enter into this home, I invite you to find a space where there are books. And choose a book that calls your attention. From your subconscious mind, going to see what that book holds for you. Whether you see a color, shape, words, sounds, or emotions from deep within your inner wise mind and inner heart, reminding yourself that you have guidance within you that resides within the cells within your body. Taking information in as it resonates with you and letting go what doesn't, as you strengthen your trust within yourself in this beautiful space. There may be other things in this home that bring you comfort and counsel. Letting this be a space where you can come to meditate and relax. Good. You can always come back to this space at any time if you desire. For a moment, you can explore the house, the building, inside and out. Inviting into your body new sensations, remembering what safety feels like in your physical body, remembering what creativity feels like and curiosity. Now I invite you somewhere within this home to find something that you can imagine creating, whether it's music, whether it's art, whether it's dancing, gardening, building, communing, or any other way that you can be creative and curious. Again, notice how your body feels when you imagine being in this space, being creative and curious. Sometimes we just need to remember what something feels like to bring it back into our physical waking life. Amidst all the storms, all the trials, all the pain, there is always love. There is always creativity. And there is always capacity to be found. I invite you, if it feels comfortable, to let yourself smile. Feel the warmth of connection within you. And if any part of you feels uncomfortable, sitting with that discomfort and comforting that part of you. You have infinite wisdom within you. If you take a moment to be still and listen. Good. From this stillness, I invite you to plant a seed of remembering how to come back to this place if it felt good for you. As we walk backwards now, back down the path, through the beautiful nature that surrounded the building. All the way back to the door, your personal boundary, your protection for yourself, knowing what your limits are, as you prepare to knock once more and come back into this present moment. Bringing any messages with you that you might have received from your inner wisdom. Any desires, creativities, curiosities, or passions that you want to bring into your life today, tomorrow, and the future. Feel again that stirring in your body, that power that resides within you. As you open the door, you can imagine coming back into this space surrounded by community who cares for you and who you care for, knowing that we are all in this together, every step, every breath, all together as one. When you feel ready, go ahead and open your eyes, take a stretch if you desire, move your body. Thank you for being present.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're supposed to sing. I invite you to rise in body or spirit, and we'll sing My Life Flows On in endless song. Thank you. Our closing reading is a piece called Prayer for Those Gathered in Worship by my colleague, the Reverend Barbara Peskin. In this familiar place, listen to the sounds of breathing, creaking chairs, shuffling feet, clearing throats, and sighing all around. Know that each breath, movement, the glance meant for you or intercepted holds a life within it. These are signs that we choose to be in this company, have things to say to each other, things not yet said, but in each other's presence, still trembling behind our hearts' doors. These doors closed, but unlocked. Each silent thing waiting on the threshold between unknowing and knowing, between being hidden and being known. Find the silence among these people and listen to it all, breathing, sighs, movement, holding back. Hear the tears that have not yet reached their eyes. Perhaps they are your own. Hear also the laughter building deep, where joy abides despite everything. Listen, rejoice, and say, Amen. Let's sing together our musical benediction, There is a Love. Please join me in the words to embody our chalice flame. We extinguish this smallest that it might glow gently in our hearts. May it guide our paths as we leave this place. May it guide our way until we are together again. I'm a believer there is a song, and it hovers just beyond our conscious awareness, and it's singing us toward love, toward peace, toward goodness and justice. And the more we tune ourselves to that song, the more able we will be to create the world that is worthy of our children. So keep the faith, listen for the song. Know that you are beloved and blessed and capable of being a blessing in this world. Go in peace. Come back next Sunday.